Hello YouTube, message in a bottle with another video, and of course, once again using the Soul Calibur 6 gameplay in the background, where I'm playing as a sexy woman, Ivy, and this is something that I want to discuss about. You could say it sort of relates to the background video of me playing as a sexy female fighter, and I've been doing that with the last couple of videos, just for extra entertainment while I'm ranting my commentary, and of course story, my personal opinions and ideas. What I want to discuss in this video, and I bet you guys read the title of the video, is why men become gooners, porn addicts, and incels. Now, at the very beginning, a lot of people they think that this type of stuff is not okay, and it's still not okay, but they kind of miss the point and miss something very important. This is becoming a normal thing, a very normalized thing, and in today's age, if a guy or a woman makes fun of a man for being incel, for being a gooner, for being a porn addict, they're in the wrong side, or they're in the wrong, basically. And why I'm saying that is because this is literally becoming normalized. This is becoming the new normal. And why is that? Well, let's go a little back to history. I feel like this was already ongoing around the early 1900s, but this extremely accelerated around the 1960s during the hippie era, where drugs, casual sex, and of course the nightlife, that's where it starts to pick up, especially in the 1980s. That's where the nightlife peaked in the 1980s. All the hedonism stuff that you could think of, it was peaking, like at its peak, it was literally right there. Nowadays, all those stuff is declining. And why is it declining? Well, pay close attention to what is going on between the relationship of man and woman. And once again, guys, and I'm gonna repeat this sentiment throughout my YouTube channel, there's a reason why I talk about relationship. I talk about relationship because it is super serious, more serious than you think. A lot of people take relationship for granted, and most still do until they get a horrible breakup, a horrible divorce, or they get into a very bad relationship where their partners ruin them, and it affects both men and women. So once again, relationship is more serious than you guys realize. So what does this has to do with incel, porn addiction, and the goomer stuff? Well, it's very obvious. Gen Z, Gen Alpha, the newer generation, and of course my generation, since I'm an old guy at this point, I'm a millennial. Of course, I'm not gonna say my exact age. I'm trying to stay anonymous as much as possible, but I do want to talk some personal stuff. My generation, and of course the generation after that, we're all essentially traumatized by the previous generation, by Gen X, the baby boomers, especially the baby boomers, since the baby boomers, they were the one that accelerated the whole hedonism culture. And what we're traumatized about? Simple. Divorces, women not taking accountability, women, both men and women, because I I acknowledge that both sides has bad apples. I repeat, both sides has bad apples. So there are guys out there that are abusive. There are guys out there that cheats on their wife, even though the wife gave everything. I 100% acknowledge that. The problem is, thanks to feminism, thanks to the hedonism culture, women they get a free pass, and because of that free pass is being shown around, especially these days and age where social media is a thing, they can literally get away with it. Us man, it's super harder for us to get away with it unless we have like very good social status, and of course the man itself is very handsome, very attractive as hell. Like right now there's a lot of videos and social media going on where guys did a social experiment and they pretended to be a very attractive man. I repeat, they pretended to be a very attractive man who has a criminal background. Um, yeah, a criminal background where they were abusive against women and they even committed murder against women. But again, this is all fake. This was like a social experiment. And to a lot of people's surprise, they still get a lot of females basically simping on them. I repeat, they get a lot of females still simping on them, all because the guy is attractive, and they're completely ignoring the fact that the guy was abusive, the guy has a criminal record, etc., etc. And see, this is the world that we live in, and the saddest reality is that people they do not want to acknowledge it because in their own brain it's taboo. But here's the problem. This is becoming normalized. I repeat, this is becoming normalized. For the people that are making fun of gooners, porn addicts, and the people that are incel, like they have a hard time getting into a relationship, getting a girlfriend. For the people that are making fun of them, once again, they're in the wrong. Why they're in the wrong? Because they don't realize that this is becoming the new normal and it's growing. I repeat, it's growing. Eventually, those people they're gonna have karma strike back at them, and eventually their sons, daughters, their siblings, or someone they know closely with are they're gonna end up becoming incels. They're gonna end up becoming porn addicts and gooners. So back to the subject because I feel like I ranted all over the place. So why men become gooners? Why men become porn addicts and incels? Well, the answer is very simple because of everything what I just talked about. Since my generation and of course the one after Gen Z, Alpha, etc., etc. Since we're traumatized about the previous generation of how they deal relationship and how they prefer to be, in hedonism rather than dealing with issues in their family, it is much better and easier to stay sexless, to stay single, and have devices, or should I say vices, to satisfy our sexual needs. Like for me, example, and yeah, it sounds terrible for using myself as an example, but here we are. Look at the gameplay background. I'm playing as a sexy female fighter, which is Ivy. And Ivy, in Soul Calibur series, she's known to be a sex symbol. In some capacity, this game, you could say, is considered to be a Gooner game, and rightfully so. Right now, in Korea, there's a lot of sexless men out there, and guess what? Korean, the video game industry for Korea, they make a lot of beautiful, attractive women, all because there's a lot of gooners out there. And why there's a lot of men in Korea that are single is because the relationship between man and woman over there is super terrible. And if a man is not careful, because once again, woman gets a free pass thanks to feminism. If a man is not careful, his life will be destroyed. So what's the easier option? What's the easier route to take? Staying single. And to gratify their sexual needs, they play gooner video games. They become porn addicts. They become, in a way, incels, or in the Asian culture, they call it overlord man. And this is the sad reality. What's even sadder is that this is growing. This is normalizing, and a lot of people do not understand this. There are some people out there that still think, hey, if you're still single and you're 30 or 40 and you're essentially sexless, there's something wrong with you. But hey, let me tell you again, this is becoming the new normal. I repeat, this is becoming the new normal. It gotten so bad that I was recently watching one of my favorite YouTubers, and he does a little news topics once in a while. And keep in mind, he's not from the United States, so this is becoming a global phenomenon. I repeat, this is becoming a global phenomenon. The guy, he's from Australia, I believe, and I'll show a screenshot here in a bit. And he was discussing how a woman, I repeat, women, they're complaining how the dating scene is so bad that they lost hope. I repeat, the dating scene is so bad that they lost hope. And once again, going back to what I just said earlier, why men become incels, why men becomes gooner, pornography addict, is because that's literally the easier way out. If a man is not careful with the partner that he chooses, his life could literally be destroyed. I repeat, his life could literally be destroyed. And the saddest part is that the woman that does this on purpose, they get a free pass, all thanks to feminism, all thanks to government stuff that are supporting this type of behavior. There was another video that I was watching, and this guy was hitting the nail on the head, discussing about how today's equality is not true equality, it's immunity from being irresponsible. I repeat, today's equality is not true equality, it's essentially immunity from taking responsibility. And this is why feminism and the reason why I'm bringing up the subject of feminism is because they encourage women to do this. They encourage women to destroy the relationship between a man and a woman. And in reality, the relationship between man and woman is all about fulfilling a role and fulfilling a type of balance between the two genders in order to work together. Because when a man and woman work together, beautiful things happen. I repeat, beautiful things happen. But that's the problem. They do not understand this. They forgot about this, and some people they do not want to acknowledge this. So, yeah, it's very tragic that this is becoming the new normal. And once again, this is the easier way out. Me personally, as a man, if I am not careful with the woman that I choose, that woman could destroy my life and I'll lose everything. And I probably lose my mind. Me, I almost did with my ex because my ex, she literally tried to destroy me and I got scared. Super scared because of the unknown of what's gonna happen next. But luckily, all it took for my end is just don't bother her, don't talk about her. I will mention her, but I will not mention her real identity, who she is, etc., etc. But again, she tried to destroy me, and luckily, I escaped without getting burned. I escaped the fire without getting burned. So, once again, guys, relationship is more serious than you think. And this is why this topic, this subject of incel, porn addiction, and gooners, especially in video games, is becoming normalizing. It's becoming the new normal. And it's tragic because it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't. Well, guys, I'm gonna end it here because I feel like I ranted enough. But please leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your opinion about this particular subject. And yeah, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Message in a bottle, over and out.